Every BP site has signs and roofs to maintain and windows to clean, so the golden rule on working at heights should be a concern to everyone. The precautions needed to work safely at height are simple and straightforward, but accidents are surprisingly common. Accidents that can have tragic consequences. In India, at Bangalore, Tata BP have a solar plant. At the time of this incident, the offices were being refurbished. And Mr. M.K. Simon and Mr. Krupakra were putting in new telephone cabling. They'd moved a coil of cable to the flat roof of the main building. And the two men had been told to straighten the cable, ready for clipping in position on the parapet. Mr. Krupakra uncoiled the cable as Mr. Simon pulled it into position along the rooftop. Mr. Simon was measuring out the cable along the front edge of the parapet to work out where it would drop down to floor level. He'd fallen over 10 meters to the ground below. He was clearly very badly injured. He was taken straight to hospital, but pronounced dead on arrival. The subsequent investigation showed there'd been no proper risk assessment of the work, that the contractor supervisor didn't know the contractor guidelines. The golden rule on working at heights covers all work of 2 meters or higher above the ground. The rule says the best option by far is to prevent any falls in the first place, usually by enabling the work to be done from a mobile or fixed platform. The platform must have guardrails or handrails and its construction must be verified by a competent person. Do your platforms always have guardrails or handrails? Ladders are not a working platform. They are a means of access. You should only work from a ladder for a short time and then with assistance and after a proper risk assessment. If you don't use a platform, the only other alternative is to use fall arrest equipment, which can be either passive like safety nets and airbags, or a harness, which must have a proper anchor, mounted preferably overhead like this Jordan clamp. It must use double latch self-locking snap hooks at each connection. The harness should have a synthetic fibre lanyard and a shock absorber. Do you fix all these as standard? The fall arrest equipment must also limit free fall to 2 meters or less. And a visual inspection of the fall arrest equipment and system must always be completed before the work starts, and any equipment that's damaged or has been used to stop a fall must be taken out of service. Whatever equipment is used, the people using it must be competent to perform the work. A formal risk assessment for such non-routine work should have been carried out so that the right precautions were taken to prevent the fall. But neither Mr. Simon nor his supervisor knew about the golden rules. All the workers on this site now receive proper safety induction and have the rules explained. Site managers include contract workers as well as employees in their advanced safety auditing visits to confirm that they understand the risks they have to manage while working for BP. This was thought to be a routine job. As a result, the right precautions weren't taken. If it's unsafe, stop work.